Hello folks, and welcome to our presentation on the 5 W's of electromyography. My name is Christopher Carr, and I'm very glad to be here with you today. First of all, what is electromyography? Electromyography is the science of studying and recording and measuring the mean action potentials, that's MAP, mean action potentials, electrical conductivity, also known as electrical activity. Okay, for an example, if I put some probes here, surface electrodes or a needle electrode, a surface electrode of EMG will measure a multitude of motor units, whereas a needle electrode more likely will get one single motor unit, okay, muscle fiber. And as I increase the neural stimulus, okay, then it's going to measure my electrical activity as far as my muscle is concerned via mean action potentials. That's what we designate it as. So your mean action potentials, your motor units, and it's like all of them, and it measures how much electrical conductivity there is. Now, EMG assumes that as your neural stimulus increases, so as I flex harder and harder, that I'm going to recruit more type 2 fibers. I'm going to recruit more motor neurons, the harder ones, the stronger ones, type 2 fibers, type 2B. Okay, that's assumed. So from this we can tell basically the electrical activity of your muscle. Okay, and you can put electrodes all different parts of your body, and if you put the circle, then that will be the surface, and the one with a needle is a needle. Now, what does it tell us concerning muscle activation? I've got a board right here, and I made some acronyms up. So, what does electromyography tell us in terms of muscle activation? If med pen. I stands for intensity of the motor units of activation, muscle activation. F stands for fatigue. M is muscle activation patterns. E is the endurance of the muscle. D is the duration of the muscle activation. Okay. P right here is the performance activation. The performance activation. We've already got endurance here, so the E and the N. The N is neuromuscular adaptation, and the E you're going to have to look up in your notes. Biofeedback. The effectiveness of the biofeedback concerning relaxation techniques. Okay, even I have to check my notes, okay? I was born with average brain capacity. So, that is as far as the muscle activation patterns. Now, as far as our motor units are concerned, when we look at sources of error of electromyography, we particularly look at the motor units. And I've developed this acronym, STOP, LIST, MMM. The S stands for shape of the muscle. T is for tissue thickness of subcutaneous layers, like fat. O is for orientation of electrode distance, the orientation of the different electrodes, the distance you place in between. The peniation angle, the specific angle in which it hits the muscle motor unit. The length and distribution of motor units, L. I, inter-electrode distance. S is for skin electrode distance. T is for tissue homogeneity. I said it right. Tissue homogeneity. M is for muscle crosstalk, muscle movement, especially concerning the electrodes, where they're placed, and the muscle fiber shortening. That's the other M. So, you can make up these acronyms, and that can help you understand some more of the functions of electromyography, the substance of its muscle activation, some of it, the clinical error diagnosis of the motor units. Okay. So I thank you very much. Thank yourself for putting in your hard-earned effort. I know it's tough with those exams. It gets tough. Some of it we can use on an everyday basis. Some of it we may never use, only in class. But it's still good. It's still good for us to know. So, snapping back at you. Remember, have fun and exercise. Yeah!